Hi there, this is the Kettering University Library, and this is video number 1 in a 5-part series on evaluating your sources. And this video is going to focus on determining the authority of a source. So you'll go to my.kettering.edu, click on Campus Resources, then choose Library from the drop-down. Underneath where it says Welcome to the Library, there's a link that you can click to be taken to the library search page. Once I get there, I'm entering autonomous vehicle safety as my search. And I have two filters I want to use. So first will be journal articles. And then the second one is going to be peer reviewed. So if you're not familiar with peer review, it's a process where once your research is done and you write up an article, you would send it to a journal. The journal would have other experts or peers on that topic go over all of the data and the conclusion that the researchers came to and determine whether or not it's valid. If it is considered valid, then it would go on to be published in a journal. And we can generally depend on this information of a peer-reviewed source because it's already been vetted, so it is considered a scholarly source. So if I scroll down a little bit, the article I want to talk about is Governing Autonomous Vehicles. Underneath where it says View Online, there are some options. You can click any of them to get started. So one of the first things we want to look at when we are determining authority of a source is who even wrote the article that you're looking at. You'll find a lot of internet resources that don't list a single author. And that can be a giant red flag that it is not a scholarly source if you can't even track down who worked on it. So we can see here we have two different researchers, and they are both employed at the U School of Public Policy. Our primary researcher is usually listed first, and it'll generally have their contact information. So you can see a couple different things down here. And really what we want to look at with authority is, are the researchers writing a topic that they are knowledgeable about? And so far, looks like probably, since they're talking about the governance of autonomous vehicles, which would include legislation and policy creation. The other thing I like to look at is look at their ORCID ID, which I already have loaded up. And when you get to the page, it'll often have a biography talking about their research interests, and this one specifically mentions how to shape policies to accommodate new technologies is one of their interests. You can go down and look at where they're employed or have been employed, any education that they've received, any awards or distinctions, and then the memberships that they're part of. And then the part that I like to look at is their works. So it's everything else that they've published. And this is just kind of reinforcing that they are an expert on, in this case, policy. So you can see here policies in quite a few of the article titles. So we do believe that they are well on the way to being a very highly qualified source, very authoritative. Another thing I like to do is go to the official page of the place where that researcher works. And this is the official page of the U School of Public Policy. I've gone to that particular researcher's profile, has his contact information, and then again it talks about research interest. And this is really just kind of building up a case to where we know that they are writing what they know, which is the most important part. And then another thing we like to look at sometimes is to go to the journal's homepage. And so I'm going to go ahead and open that. And then on that page, I'm going to enter the exact same search terms I used on the library's page. So what we want to determine here is this journal considered an authority on the topic that they are publishing? So autonomous vehicle safety, they already have 139 different articles on autonomous vehicle safety. So I'm going to say that is a very, very good sign that they are writing what they know, they are publishing what they know. So this is definitely a very authoritative source. So this wraps up video number 1 on authority in our 5-part series, and we will meet you at video number 2, which is going to determine the currency of your source.